What's up guys, Diesel Doug here, back with another video on the DTF Motorsports YouTube channel. Doing another update video on the 79. Made decent progress on it since the last video. I know a lot of people have been asking for updates. I haven't gotten as much done as I wanted to because I've had a lot of customer trucks, you know, in and out of here just back to back. So, but making good progress. I got a little bit of a gap here between now and my next truck coming in. So hopefully get some more work done on this truck, and we'll go over everything I've got done so far. All right guys, let's go over what I have done to the rolling chassis over here. Don't mind the fridge. I got all new cabinets over here. That's a whole new setup. And then I can't really show you too much over here. Don't need to see the bed. But I got a third Husky toolbox over there now. There used to be cabinets, and that's where that fridge was. So I got rid of those cabinets. I'm getting rid of the fridge and doing a mini fridge that's gonna sit over here. So yeah, that was another thing that took up a lot of time, was reorganizing the garage. So yeah, that fridge is going. Anyways, back to the truck. So yeah, let's go over what I have done here. So I got all my suspension powder coated. I think it was powder coated in the last video, just wasn't installed. So I've powder coated everything, got it all installed now. So I'll go over the front first. I've got the trans cross member in there. None of this is bolted up yet because I think I'm gonna powder coat all these bolts because I hate the gold. But yeah, trans cross member, 4-link brackets, got the 4-link on, all my coils that are powder coated, my logo bracket up top there. So for the axle, we got, you know, my axle truss I made is all welded up. These are not powder coated yet. My overlays, I gotta powder coat those yet still. But out here we got brand new 2024 Super Duty knuckles, 2024 1550 series axle shafts and U-joints, brand new 2024 hubs. I went with all the 2024 stuff on this axle because I think it was all the 2017 plus stuff had a little bit bigger rotor and caliper. So since everything bolted up, this is a 2009 axle, I believe. It's 2008 or 9, somewhere in there. Yeah, everything bolts up. So we went with the newer knuckles, brand new ball joints, all OEM stuff. Now I can run the bigger brakes in the front. And for the brakes, I got brand new drilled and slotted R1 Concepts. That's a black E-coat on those. Those look really sharp. I like those a lot. Also for this adjustable leveling kit, this is from One Up Off-Road. This took like 3 months to get in, but it was worth the wait because when I had this truck with the motor in it, I had 7-inch dual rate icon coils, 7-inch PMF lift leafs. But the truck still nosedive about 1.5 inches, which, I mean, if I did 7 and 7 over factory, that'd be about right. So I added a leveling kit to the front, and I wanted it to be perfectly even, so I'm glad it's adjustable, that I can really dial this thing and get it perfectly flat. And then if there's any like side to side leaning on the 79, I can adjust it. So, because they're individually adjustable, so that's nice. I think they go from all the way down as stock up to 2.5 inch of level. So I got them set at 1.5 inches right now. So we'll see when I get the motor put in where it sits. So yeah, I got my track bar in here. That was my custom track bar mount I made that bolts to the side of the frame and then comes up and bolts to the cradle here too. I don't have this welded up or powder coated yet because I know when I put the engine in, this is gonna drop probably 2 inches, I'd say. So before I weld and stuff, I just want to get the engine in here. That way I know for sure where this thing needs to be. Yeah, that should cover everything for the front. But yeah, it looks amazing. It's gonna be a really clean setup. I'm gonna do this silver, metallic silver, like I did everything else, and same with the overlay here. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do the diff cover silver or black yet. I don't know, I'm kind of up in the air about that one still. Yeah, and then we got our 2-inch Shifted Industry spacers. And I just threw these on the other day. I couldn't wait to throw them on. So got the 24x14 American Force blades and the 40x1550 R24. I think they're called Repulsor MTs by RBP. So yep. So move on to the rear suspension now. All right, so going over the rear suspension setup now. So these are 7-inch PMF long travel progressive lift leafs. These are off the 2011 to 16. So I did have to move this rear shackle forward, but they're longer, should get a lot softer ride. These are actually really soft. If you push on the back of the truck, they actually bounce. So that's pretty impressive. But yeah, I split the leaf springs up, took them up to Jeff's powder coating in Monroe, and he sandblasted all these for me. It was crappy weather outside and these wouldn't fit in my cabinet, so just had him sandblast all these for me. And then I powder coated them black, metallic silver, black, metallic silver, black, metallic silver, you know, switched them up every other leaf spring, so those turn out really sharp. One other thing I did here is, usually on the 6.0 trucks, the U-bolts face up. I flipped them and used this bracket off of 2011. I think they started doing this. So now the U-bolts face down, and then I custom made these lower U-bolt plates where my traction bars are going to mount to. So let's see if we can get a better shot of that from the back. Yeah, so you can see those there. Drew those up in CAD, had them laser cut, and those are going to be my axle mounts for my traction bars. Also can get a shot of my axle truss in the back here. Like I said, I still got to powder coat the overlay. That's going to be metallic silver also. And then I'm doing a fender diff cover. So that's going to get powder coated black, and I'm going to do the exposed edges on the fins. So that'll give it that silver look too. And same thing in the back for the brakes. Brand new R1 Concepts, drilled and slotted rotors. And again, 2-inch shifted industry spacers. And fat meats in the 24s. But yeah, this suspension setup looks really good. This thing should sit really tall, but not insanely tall like some of these trucks you see that have like 20 inches of lift. I didn't want that. I still wanted to be able to, you know, pull this thing out of my garage and drive it. So, but yeah, so that's everything I got done with the chassis right now. So yeah, next things I want to do with the chassis, after I get the motor done, I want to drop that in. Oh yeah, that's one other thing I got done also. I power washed my transmission, so that's ready to get painted. But yeah, drop the motor and trans in, and then I want to run all my fuel lines and brake lines and wiring harnesses, get everything all mounted up in there before my painter's done, hopefully. I did go through and clean up all these harnesses. This is the frame harness, so I'm going to go through and relume all this before I put it on, so that'll all be new. And then I ordered up a new stainless pre-bent brake line kit and everything, so I got to order my extended braided lines for the front and rear axle. But yeah, hopefully I have all that stuff back in the chassis by the time my painter's done. That when the body's done, I can just drop that thing on and keep moving forward. So yeah, that brings me to the next point. We'll start going over what I've done to the motor. All right, so here we are with the engine. It's all completely torn down. I still have to pull the bed plate off because I got new gaskets to reseal all that too. I just kind of wanted to paint it before I took it apart. That I could just touch up anything after I reseal it and put it back together. But yeah, I went through and needle scaled the entire block and wire wheeled it. Honestly, the block wasn't too bad for being a Michigan, Ohio truck, but still just wanted to clean it up the best I could. Degreased it all really good, and then Russ etched it. I don't remember the exact name of the cleaner and stuff I used, but I bought a whole kit from KBS Coatings. The paint was called Motor Coater Gloss Black, so it's made for engines. It did turn out really good. I'm gonna do probably one more coat on the engine. It covered really good, but there's still some spots where I just want to touch up. But yeah, so we got brand new oil pan. I got a whole bunch of stuff over here in the box, but brand new oil pan. I have to sandblast and powder coat. All brand new oil feed lines, water pump, injectors, turbo. There's tons of stuff. I don't even know where to start listing everything off. But yeah, we'll go over what happened with these heads over here. So these were the heads that came off the engine. I took them up to Dynamic Diesel Performance and Machine in Chesterfield, Michigan. I was going to have these decked, O-ringed, and possibly do upgrade valve strings and stuff, and then put them back on the motor. They started doing the inspection on them. There's no cracks, surprisingly, which was really good, but there was minor pitting in the exhaust valves. And I mean, the truck ran fine before. I might have been okay leaving it alone, but he said for what I was doing, he would recommend machining those valve seats and then go through and deck them and O-ring them and then upgrade the valve strings. And he's like, honestly, by the time I do all that work for you, I can get you into brand new heads for not much more. So Let's see if I have them over. They're not opened up yet. But I did end up buying brand new heads from Dynamic Diesel Performance and Machine. They're already O-ringed. They're fully assembled, upgraded valves, and he said these flow better in stock, so I'm not sure exactly the specs on everything that's done to them. But yeah, so brand new heads, those are going to be going on. Got brand new caps for the rollers, or sorry, lifters, all brand new lifters, HD lifters, and billet push rods. So this thing should hold up pretty good. I also got all brand new complete engine gasket kit, MAL gasket kits, and brand new OEM head gaskets. So everything in the engine's getting completely resealed and redone. The only thing that's not getting rebuilt on this thing is the rotating assembly, which actually is in really good shape. The cross hatching, everything in the pistons is really good. So yeah, should be a really solid engine when everything's put back together. I went through and ran a lot of these parts through the parts washer already, so this stuff's all going to get soda blasted and painted. I'm not sure if I'm going to powder coat the front cover or paint it yet. I'm not putting these manifolds back in. I'm doing Rudy's high flow manifolds. I'm split on if I want to buy an O-Dogs intake or not. I've heard great things about it, but I've also talked to performance machine shops, and they said that the OEM one's just fine. So I don't know, I'm kind of split. We'll see how the budget is when we get to that point. Like I said, I got brand new push rods, so those won't be going back on. That's getting media blasted and painted. I'm going to do billet, low pressure oil pump gears. Everything's getting resealed. I got new injectors. These are the OEM ones I pulled out. I'm doing 190, 100 Warren premium diesel injectors. These rocker boxes are also getting media blasted and powder coated. So yeah. So what else did I get? Oh yeah, one more thing. So I also got new BD high flow up pipes. I originally ordered XDP ones. They were cheaper, not as nice, but they were cheaper, but they were back ordered. So then I just like, okay, we'll wait for whenever they come in from the back order. And 2 days before they were supposed to ship, I ended up getting my hands on these for basically free. But yeah, the only thing was this one was set up for the government mandated stuff. So my buddy helped me out here, and we got rid of that flange. That fell off, I'll just say that. And he TIG welded up the bung here, so that's closed off. So yeah, those would be a nice upgrade between those, Rudy's high flow exhaust manifolds, and the turbo and everything. We should be flowing pretty good through all the exhaust and the intake stuff. So my plans for the turbo, I'm gonna do a Titan 9-blade turbo. I don't know exactly which size. I called and talked to him before, and he told me what I needed, but that was quite a while ago when I was first tearing this thing apart, first taking the motor out of the chassis and everything. So that was quite some time ago. So I'm gonna have to call him and talk to him again about what size turbo I'm gonna be running. But it was, comparable to a stage 3 KC turbo. So yeah, I really want to go with the 9-blade and get just that obnoxious whistle. And then I got the stainless 5-inch exhaust in there. That's all gonna get polished out. So one problem I did run into when I took this motor apart, when I started taking it apart after I power washed it, I noticed they had a whole bunch of sealant gooped up between the oil pan and this upper oil pan, I guess I'd call it. They had a whole bunch of sealant gooped up around here, which I thought I just had a leak and they didn't feel like taking it apart, so that's how they fixed it. After I took it apart, I still didn't notice it because there was still a bunch of sealant in here, but ran this through our parts washer and then started picking at the sealant and noticed like there's just a hole blown out through here, and there's a broken bolt in here. So I think what happened was the bolt broke, and I don't think they noticed that this was aluminum, and they took a torch to it and just blew a hole through the side of it. And yeah, they must have just filled it with sealant and sent it on its way. So I got a new one of these coming. It's supposed to ship Monday. So yeah, once my new one comes in, I should be able to flip the engine over, pull my bed plate, reseal that, torque everything back down, and then put the new one of these on and get the bottom end, all those gaskets resealed and put back together. And then I'll roll the engine over and start putting the heads and everything on it. I do have my oil coolers over there all torn apart. So all this stuff this piece I still got a parts wash, but that's getting all parts washed and getting media blasted and painted. I'm getting rid of the fuel filter on the 6.0 oil filter housing, and I got a 6.4 oil filter housing. So I'm doing the driven diesel regulated return. Yeah, here's another piece of the oil cooler that I already ran through the parts wash that just needs media blasted and painted and everything. So yeah, like I said, everything's getting torn down, resealed, cleaned up, repainted, and then put back together. So yep. So yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at as far as an update. Like I said, got the entire rolling chassis put together. It's on its own weight. Got the engine tore down and starting to come back together. So once I get some more parts in here, like I said, I got a little time before I got another customer truck coming in. So hopefully my parts come in and I can start reassembling the engine, finish getting everything cleaned up and painted, and get that engine put back together. And then I'm gonna paint my trans and then drop both of those into the rolling chassis and start messing with the brake lines and fuel lines. I'm gonna be doing a fast fuel system on this with driven diesel regulated return on the engine. So I think I'm gonna do all stainless braided, I wanna do black stainless braided fuel lines all the way down the engine, all the way to the tank and everything. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna sump it yet, but we'll see when we get there. So yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. I haven't talked to my painter in a few weeks. But last I talked to him, he had all the metal work done on the cab and doors. So I'll probably actually call him up here pretty soon and see how he's doing over there, see if he needs anything or needs any help with anything. So hopefully, like I said, I want to try to get engine and all the lines and everything ran on the frame before he gets that done. So hopefully it comes together at the right time and we can get this thing driving before the end of summer. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I appreciate you guys tuning in and checking out another update. I appreciate all the followers and everything. The page is growing pretty good for me not posting as regularly as I should. Yeah, I appreciate everything. If you guys have any questions or anything, comment down below. Let me know if you guys have any thoughts on anything else I should do to this engine while it's out. I think I'm kind of checking all the boxes on how to build a 6.0, I hope. Yeah, if any of you guys have an O-Dogs intake, let me know what you guys think, if it's worth it or not. Yeah, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Appreciate you guys.